Hello and welcome. I'm Jon Garlick, and this is Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Normally I'd have the sheriff or one of his deputies here on the show, but they are out looking for some very big ne'er-do-well that we're going to talk about in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the count real quick and see what you guys did last week. 8 people arrested, bringing our count since the inception of this show some 20 years ago to 5,038. And now we want to make it 5,039. We need your help. Here's the guy, Tony Lamar White. Some of you have been paying attention on what's been going on Facebook since yesterday about noontime. Tony Lamar White followed Miss Barbara Cobb back from the store to her home about noontime yesterday, July 4th. At that time, he kidnapped her and took her over to the West Anniston area. She was recovered by the deputies and the search teams that were out looking for her. However, Tony Lamar White is still at large, and everybody from the sheriff's office and other agencies from around the state are looking for him right now. So you can help us by looking for Tony Lamar White. Keep your eyes open. If you see anything or hear anything or know anybody who knows somebody who might know him, call the sheriff's office or 911. Sheriff's Office 256-236-6600, and tell them you have information on Mr. White. We need him badly, we need him brought to justice. This kind of stuff cannot continue. And also, pay attention when you're shopping. Any store, day or night, pay attention to whether you're being followed around the store, followed to your car in the parking lot, or followed home. If you think you're being followed while you're driving home, don't go home. Go to your nearest police station. Get out of the car, walk inside, or knock on the window and say, "That car is following me." But do not go home. Seek help. And in a minute, we'll get you to see the first half of our lineup, and then we'll be back with a more pleasant guest here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Tony Lamar White. Mr. White, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for burglary first and kidnapping first. And meet Christopher Hurd. Mr. Hurd, last known to be living in Jacksonville. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana first. And this is Adolfo Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, last known to be living in Tarrant. He's wanted for failure to appear on obstruction of justice by using a false ID. Take a look at Jaquarius Garrett. Mr. Garrett, last known to be living in Talladega. He's wanted for failure to appear on receiving stolen property second. And this is Holly Higginbotham. Miss Higginbotham, last known to be living in Talladega. She's wanted for failure to appear on certain persons forbidden to possess a pistol. And meet Louis Williams. Mr. Williams, last known to be living in Tarrant. He's wanted for probation violation on breaking and entering of a vehicle times 12. And meet Richard Brown. Mr. Brown, last known to be living in Talladega. He's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property first. And this is John Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, last known to be living in Crossville. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show. Welcome back. We hope you saw somebody in that half of the lineup where you might know where they are. And if you do, call the sheriff's office. You call, they haul. We are here with my good friend, Tyler Morrison. Tyler, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Now, Tyler, I'm a licensed therapist. I'm a licensed professional counselor, in addition to all this other stuff. And you are a licensed massage therapist.
That's correct.
So I do talk therapy, and you do massage therapy.
Absolutely.
So before we get into the benefits of that, and it's important, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and how you ended up here?
Well, my name is Tyler Morrison. I've lived in Oxford for a little while, but I was in restaurants for a long time. And then
I go to restaurants every now and
then. Do you?
Yes.
They're good. Some of them are really good.
You must have been doing something else, though, in the restaurant.
Yeah, I was behind the scenes.
Okay.
But I was ready to get out, and I looked into different programs that Gadsden State had to offer, and they had a massage therapy program, and I was like, well, I feel like I'm strong enough to do that. Like, well, how stressful could a massage therapist be? Like, how stressful could that be? So I looked into it, and God led me there and brought me out, and here I am. But I've recently moved into a building in Oxford. I'm in Kelly Edwards' chiropractic office, so I work out of there. But I've been doing massage now for a year after being out of school and getting my license. And so it's going really good.
So tremendous story, really. I mean, you're working for other people, and you're just like, I'm tired of that. I want to get into business for myself. So you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You took advantage of of Gadsden State, our community college system, and got your license for massage therapy.
Yes, sir.
And I love it that you're in with Kelly Edwards. She's also my chiropractor, so I can get adjusted and then I can get massaged, which is a tremendous stress relief.
Yeah, absolutely.
So being an entrepreneur, is not as stress-free as you thought, is it?
No, it's really not. Nobody told me all the ins and outs of what I would have to deal with.
So how did you come up with the name for your business?
Well, actually, Relight is my first name spelled backwards.
Oh, okay.
And funny story, I had there was some school project that I had to do in one of my classes in high school, and I thought of it then, and I was like, I'll just spell my last name backwards, and it was like for a movie theater thing, so I was like, Relight, and then so I did that for this too, and I was like, well, relight your life with a massage, so that sounds really good. So
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty personal and a good name. I felt a good fit for a name, I thought.
So massage therapy is obviously hands-on, and you've got to be in some kind of physical shape to do that.
Yeah.
So how do you get in shape to be a massage therapist?
Well, honestly, I don't really do a whole lot right now. I got twins to take care of at the moment, so they keep me on my toes. Yeah, I got 1-year-old girl twins.
Well, and of course you got to keep your hands in shape.
Yes.
And
so actually, I do kind of massage my hands out at the end of the day because my hands will start to get a little bit sore, and then my forearms will, because I use a lot of my arms and elbows and stuff. But so I mean, it doesn't take me out during the day. Yeah, I mean, I feel it at night, but I do the measures and take care of myself that way I can keep going, So, but yeah, exercise is really good because you use a lot of core strength in that. So.
Well, the people business, whether you're a massage therapist or a professional counselor or in law enforcement or nurse or doctor, you're in the people business. And,
yes.
Caregiver stress is a real thing.
It is.
And so you have to take care of yourself as well. So for people that might be interested in getting into massage therapy, how did you decide to go to Gadsden State? I mean, how did you do that, and how long does it take to make that happen?
Well, it was kind of a local decision. I wanted to be kind of close to home, and I did have to travel to the Gadsden campus, but I mean that was only like a 40-minute drive for me, so I didn't want to have to travel to Birmingham and back. I mean, which is not that far, but I felt like, the Gadsden State's kind of local, and I had gone there for like some small class before, so I wanted to kind of go in that direction, and it only took the program actually only took 2 semesters, so I was there for a year in total.
So you do the 2 semesters, you get a lot of classwork.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine you learn some physiology and stuff like that.
Yes, anatomy, physiology, kinesiology. You go through and you have the classwork, and then you have where you do clinical, where you have people come in from the outside so you can practice on them to get your practice hours in.
And then you get a test to get your license. Is that a written test?
It is a written test, and it's not, and with the program, it's separate. It's with the state. So the class is to help prepare you for the state licensing exam, the NBLEX, and then you go to a testing site and take the test on a computer.
Outstanding. Well, working to better your life through our two-year college system. We're going to take a break, then we get back, and we'll talk in more detail about how to relax with massage therapy here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Quentin Bradford. Mr. Bradford, last known to be living in Huntsville. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And this is Misty Murphy. Miss Murphy, last known to be living in Cosetta, Alabama. She's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. Take a look at James Scott. Mr. Scott, last known to be living in Gadsden. He's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property second, criminal trespass second, and criminal mischief third. And this is Dwayne Coggins. Mr. Coggins, last known to be living in Woodland. He's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property first. Meet Felicia Brown. Miss Brown, last known to be living in Oxford. She's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And that's it for our Crime Stoppers for this week. If you have any information on these cases, please give Crime Stoppers a call. That number 1-833-251-7867. Welcome back. We hope you saw somebody in that half of the lineup that you might know where they are. And if you do, call the Sheriff's Office, 236-6600. You call, they haul. I'm here with Tyler Morrison, massage therapist extraordinaire, new to the Oxford area. How long have you been in business now?
For a year.
For a year. Been in business for a year. Right down there with the Kelly Edwards building on, is that Ayers? What's that? It's Ayers
It's
Drive.
Hillier Robinson.
Hillier Robinson.
Yes.
Hillier Robinson, right down there, almost to 78. So, tell us what, people go and they meditate, or they just breathe quietly and they drink water, or they go out and put their feet in the salt water at the beach. But, sometimes that's hard to do. What are the advantages to relaxing, or how does massage therapy actually get you to relax?
Well, so one of the big stigmas around massage therapy is how it helps you to relax, and that is true. There are a lot more benefits to massage therapy other than relaxation, but it is a big key part of it. But basically, and how the way that I kind of set it up is it's kind of from every aspect. So when you walk into the room, the lights are really low. It's kind of a glow lighting, and then you have the music that has bass into it that kind of helps trigger parts of your brain that help you relax even more. Maybe a candle or something for a scent, and you can go even further with aromatherapy for the smell to help, like lavender and stuff like that helps to relax your body as well. And even hot stones, or it adds another relaxation aspect to a massage. But overall, so the physical touch and then working out the stress out of your muscles helps the body to relax. I mean, just by doing that, just massage in general.
Yeah, your muscles tense up when you're tense, and you work on those. I know you work on those, and offer a nice bottle of water when you're all over with. And
Yes.
then I go home and take some Tylenol. But I do a lot of trauma work with people. And there's a really good book out there called The Body Keeps the Score, which basically says that whatever trauma you might have experienced, your body, not only does your brain remember it in terms of memory and emotion, but your body will remember that. And many clients will re-experience the trauma physically rather
Yes.
than mentally, so they'll feel things that aren't there. Does massage therapy work on that? I mean, I can see where it might work really well, but I can also see where it might be really triggering and traumatizing too.
Yes, absolutely. There are studies that have been done with patients who have had like a trauma as far as like a physical abuse or sexual abuse or anything like that, and there have been studies shown where massage therapy has helped them to overcome those things. Now, of course, you don't go all in at first. You kind of take baby steps and go as far as they're comfortable with going, but you can eventually get to do a full body massage and then get over that fear or that trigger of the past trauma.
That would be interesting. I'd like to talk more about that off camera and see if we can't maybe dovetail some of the trauma work I'm doing into some of that.
Yeah.
I can see that my clients would have to be very ready for that. Because a lot of them have had some physical or sexual abuse.
Yeah, they have to want that,
Right.
definitely, in order to take that step.
But for most people that are just normal day-to-day stress, or not that stress is normal these days, we're coming out of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Are you seeing an uptick in business because of COVID?
Yeah, absolutely. COVID definitely put a damper on things with being face-to-face and being physical and all that, but it's definitely kind of picked back up since then.
So connecting with people is important, but also
Yes.
carrying that stress. So I mean, in your clients, can you sense that maybe they're more stressed? You can feel the stress more than you maybe used to when you were in training?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe so. And then a lot of times it is a lot of stress related things, and people like to carry stress, and it's a common thing with everybody. People carry stress in their shoulders, and throughout the day you may not realize it, but you kind of drift your shoulders up like you're struggling like that. So a lot of times people's shoulders is their biggest problems, and which is a lot. And then over time it can cause you headaches and all those kind of things too. So.
Well, I can tell you my experience with chiropractic has been huge over the some 50 years of chiropractic that I've had to keep me straight, and I have found a great benefit in monthly massages with you, but also in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So if people are interested in massage, how do they get a hold of you? How do they connect with you?
You can find me on Google. You can search out Massage Therapist Oxford or Relight Massage, RELYT. I also have a website, and that is also connected to the Google. It's a little long to say out, but and then you can search me on Facebook, Instagram, with that handle Relight Massage or Relight MSG for massage, and then also my phone. You can call me or text me. My phone number is 256-405-9056.
Fantastic. Tyler Morrison, a fairly new business here in Oxford, massage therapy to help you relax from your day-to-day stress and to help you work out some of the stress from COVID. And so give Tyler a call. He'll be helping you out. Maybe we'll run into each other down there in the waiting room. In the meantime, stay tuned. We've got the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, and then we're going to go back over some stuff that happened yesterday. So stay with us here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. And welcome to our Crime Stoppers section of the show, where we ask you to help us on these cases. Between June 23rd and June 24th, a home on Vineyard Road in Alexandria was burglarized. They got away with a semi-automatic Bellini 12-gauge shotgun, a Remington 870, a 1930s to 1940s 22 caliber rifle, and some miscellaneous jewelry. And on May 16th, a Kubota 54-inch zero-turn lawnmower was stolen from DeArmonville Road in Anniston. And that's it for the Crime Stoppers cases. If you have any information on these cases, call Crime Stoppers 1-833-251-7867. No crazy criminal this week. Instead, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday and how the sheriff's office and surrounding agencies are still looking for this guy. Let's take a look at his picture. Tony Lamar White. So sometime yesterday, July 4th, down there near one of our local stores in Anniston, Miss Betty Cobb was shopping. And as she finished her shopping, she walked out to her car and didn't notice that she was been following by this guy. And he followed her all the way home. And when they got home, he accosted her and kidnapped her. A search began. Local agencies, a bunch of them, searched all over the town and state. Agencies, of course, the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, the lead agency there. The Anniston Police were involved, Weaver, Jacksonville, Oxford. Oxford has that fancy computer system, and they've got a great system down there that they helped contact people. We had the Quad Cities Fire Department, local people from White Plains and DeArmonville were out searching. It was a huge community effort. And fortunately, Miss Betty was found in a closet in a house over on West Anniston. She had been bound with tape, but was otherwise uninjured. She was taken to the hospital where she is being treated and cared for. Miss Betty, of course, a relatively elderly woman, but not too old that she isn't a huge community volunteer, and everybody turned out to find her, and I know everybody is going to continue to turn out to search for this dirtbag. Let's bring his picture back up. We don't want you to forget this guy, Tony Lamar White. He's out there somewhere, and y'all need to find him. I don't care if you know him or know somebody who knows him, and maybe you think, I don't want old Tony to get in trouble. Yeah, you do, because I guarantee you, he does this, he's going to do it again. Maybe he's done it before. So we need Tony Lamar White off the street. We need justice brought back to our community. And we need you also to be careful when you're traveling to and from the stores. Pay attention to whether you're being followed. If you even think there's a car following you, go to your local police station. And that's it for our show this week. We hope to see you again next week, but not in the lineup here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.